Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Warner, Director of Volunteer Services for the USO. I'm going to be sending you a video here with some more information and details about our new upcoming guest sign-in procedures. Effective next Friday, September 29th, we will be going live with the system, which means when guests come into the facility, they will check in either with our iPad kiosk or they can use their cell phone to check in if they have the USO mobile app. One thing I wanted to make clear to everybody is that nothing is changing other than the way the guest signs in. We still check IDs at the door. That is not changing. That is very important to continue to check the IDs first and foremost. Once checking the ID, then yes, then they will go to either the iPad kiosk to check in, or if they happen to have the USO mobile app on their phone, they can use that to check in. And I'll get into some more details with that later. But that's the only thing that's changing. So you'll check ID, let them check in either iPad or their cell phone. Definitely give them a USO sticker just like we do now, and then let them go on about their business. The other thing that I wanted to make note is for those who work the midnight shift. Someone had asked me currently after midnight, anybody who's in the facility at that time does have to re-check in. They've been re-signing in, checking IDs, and given a new sticker for the new day. That still stays the same. Anybody who's in the facility after midnight, again, will need to show their ID, but also either check in via the kiosk or their cell phone if they have the USO mobile app, and then you'll give them the new sticker for the new day. I wanted to also address a couple questions I got after I sent out the announcement of the new system. We certainly understand there's going to be a lot of different scenarios, and someone had asked me about large groups. Of course, when a large group comes in, we want to get them in as quickly and efficiently as possible. So in those cases, we have no problem if you go back to using the pen and paper method, the sign-in sheets. There will be clipboards. There'll still be the active sign-in sheet clipboard and the retiree clipboard, but I'm going to have those put into the first drawer at the top drawer at the front desk, and only pull those out as you need them. So large groups, definitely you can use that. Also, if someone does not have an email address, they're not really going to be able to use the kiosk or their cell phone, because the way they check in is they have to check in with their email address, and in going forward, that email address is a unique identifier for pulling up their profile. So if they do not have an email address, they can go ahead and sign in on the pen and paper. As well as if somebody comes in and they're not comfortable with putting down their information, don't fight it. Certainly just pull out the clipboard, have them sign with pen and paper. The other situation is, the system runs off Wi-Fi. So if the Wi-Fi goes down and obviously nobody's going to be able to use their cell phone but to check in, but with the iPad kiosk, please don't mess with the iPad. Just go ahead. If there's a staff member, find a staff member. We can set it up where there's an offline form they can use until the system comes back up. If it happens while staff is not on site, please don't mess with the iPad. Just go ahead and bring out the clipboards, use the pen and paper method until staff is back in the office. One thing I just wanted to make note to all of you, this system is USO-wide now. All USOs everywhere are using this new sign-in system. We are one of the last systems to go onto this, to go live, excuse me. And so with that said, there's going to be a number of people coming in that are already familiar with this. It's going to be second nature to them. So we have that. And then, through time, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to, but through time, anybody traveling through any USO right now is going to be using the system, and it's just going to get more familiar and more familiar with time. So please remember that, and just be patient as we go along. There will be different scenarios, I'm sure, that come up as we go, but I know and am confident that we can all definitely do this. We will all be pros at this sooner than later. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video going with showing you the iPad kiosk and talk a little bit about the mobile app, and hopefully this will help you get a little bit more of idea of what's coming. And if I didn't already say it, because I'm just now kind of remembering, there will be informational binders at the front desk at Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. So you can also refer to that if you need to help with any questions you may have. And then also never hesitate to ask me or any staff member if you have a question. We're happy to answer. So thank you, everybody.